Pokemon.
Yeah.
Bye, Ash. Bye, Pikachu.
Ash had to grow up at some point.
But here's the thing. I think even in this last episode, he's like 14.
That's fine. Ash had to grow up at some point and go live his life. He has been the main character of the anime for 20 years.
1 year passes with every 6 in our lifetimes.
I am 30. I grew up when Pokemon was new.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal.
I used to watch Pokemon at Phil's house in high school.
Yeah.
Right? Every single day, right? Look, we watched Pokemon in the the afternoon.
Had to catch up with it after school.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because who is that Pokemon?
Jigglypuff.
I'll pull up on your screens here. You can see a picture.
Clefairy.
You can see a picture of the 2 new trainers. They're pretty cute.
Oh, those are cute. And
They are
this
cute.
goes with the new aesthetics that they're bringing into the games as well. So I do feel like they're kind of bringing it all together now, right? And stitching that style. Again, Ash was old.
So here's a couple of questions on the whole saying goodbye to Ash thingy. First off, he's been him and Pikachu made that show.
Yep.
The dynamic between Ash Ketchum and Pikachu is what made that show. It was everything. So, and Pokemon continue, because I think they caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
With that dynamic. I wonder, do they have a distinct fall off?
A solid handle on what they're trying to do next.
Well, again, I wonder if it's going to fall off with no more Ash, no more Pikachu, no more Team Rocket.
I know. Jesse and James are retiring too, and I'm a little sad, as well as Meowth, as far as I know.
Yeah. They're gone.
Dang,
there's
man.
actually quite a few comic creators on online that are creating narratives between Jesse, James, Ash, and Ash's mom. And it's really cute. It's super wholesome, right? Because we're all kind of mourning the end of our childhood in that way. But it's a good question to see, like, how is this going to alter Pokemon and the anime especially?
That's what I'm talking about specifically.
But do you not remember Digimon?
I do.
Do you remember when they changed all the main characters? And then they went back to the main characters as they were older.
That's my primary question here is, without Ash and Misty and Brock and Pikachu and these core characters
that we all grew up with, that are so tied to the narrative of the anime, that are so tied to the narrative of everything that they've done with this series. Cool, you're going to bring in new trainers. Who are they?
Who are, and
we don't know them.
We don't know them. and again, the expectation for the level of goodness of Pokemon is so high.
Well, it brought some really groundbreaking
Pokemon
ideals.
Shippuden.
Yes.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, that's funny.
That is funny.
And then we'll have Pokemon instead of Boruto.
Yes. So do you think they can do it?
I think that if they... What up, Noro-chan? I think that if they do it right, they can either establish a connection between the newer games and the anime, right? Which will keep people kind of in that loop and be able to relate to things, especially now that we have so many of the newer Pokemon games are more accessible for younger players as well. I do think that there's a possibility, but they need to be really smart about it, or else they're going to faceplant just like Digimon did after the original crew grew up. And that's actually why they had to return to the original crew when they aged up. It is a difficult thing to keep a franchise like that going with a single main character or a single main team.
I mean, they've done it for 20 years.
Yeah. So what now? We can't just decide that this kid's never going to age. You can only put a certain person through so many things before it's they've done that. Seen
was
that
their
in
mistake?
2.
Was that their mistake? Was their mistake that they never aged Ash up?
Right.
So that you could have Ash having relation. I mean, were they trying to keep it so kid friendly?
Probably.
That they never aged Ash up, so Ash could never get married, have kids of his own.
Right. grow up to be an adult.
Grow up to
and
be an
do
adult.
taxes and laundry. Yeah. Like, it's very possible that they did that in order to, you know, just keep that keep it simple for one, but also keep it so that it is easier to create something that people relate to because they don't have to change anything else, right? No marketing needed to change until Ash, Jesse, and James are out.
Here's a question. Does next season, did they fast forward 10 years and Ash is a professor?
Oh, Professor Ash.
There's been loads of rumors that maybe it was his daughter, that it is going to fast forward 10 years, and Ash becomes basically the final boss for their journey.
Oh, like the gym leader?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Here. Masterful storytelling. I'm just saying. Ash is a type of tree, and
Professor
Pokemon
Oak.
professors are always tree type.
True. I always wondered about that, actually. Especially because they are all named after tree types, and
Professor Ash.
Yeah, Professor Ash would not be outside of the realm of possibility, especially since we grew up with Professor Oak.
I said, I don't know if they can, I don't know if they're going to catch that again. I said, I'll be really curious to see how long Pokemon
continues
to go after this. And I wonder
maybe
if in 2 years they ditch this new cast and they're back to Ash, Misty, and Brock because they're like, oh crap, nope,
Just
nobody
older.
likes it. Yep, nobody likes it, so we're gonna go back to do the thingy.
Brock with his harems of Nurse Jenny.
Hello.
Lord Frozone in the house.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Do you think this one lasts, or do you think that it dies?
I don't know.
What's your prediction?
I don't want to root for the failure of it.
I don't want to root for the failure.
I'm interested to see what they do. I think that there's a lot of possibilities that they can use, especially because now that some of the games have been out for so long, they can also return to some of those narratives as well. And so I think that it will be interesting. I think that
I know I'm going to try and get my daughter because she some of the animation style is a little dated at the beginning of Pokemon.
Right, which now they're moving to newer animation styles with this revamp.
Yeah, and so I'm wondering if I can I'm going to try and sit down with my daughter and watch the new Pokemon.
You'll have to let us know how that goes.
Well,
see if that goes.
Here's a thought, and this could just be my brain thinking the wrong thing. I feel like with Pokemon, they're a little more patient. They know that it's for kids mainly, right? But adults who grew up with it, they still love it. In 5 years, the kids watching now, if they don't like it, they're gonna be cycled out, and the kids that were introduced to it really young, that's gonna be their new normal, are these trainers. And then boom, it's back on track.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
As long as the card game and the video games keep going.
Yeah.
Which the card game doesn't necessarily, and as far as I know, right, I don't play Pokemon TCG, but as far as I understand, it doesn't follow a specific narrative. It is just meta builds.
Yeah, and now Pokemon, again, kind of tying into our last time, Pokemon does a pretty rapid cycle on their things, but Pokemon is different, the TCG is different, and it does have two very, very distinct demographics, one of which I don't think Magic really has. Namely, Pokemon has people who, and we had just talking to some this weekend, who collect the cards, have never played the game. They've never played the Pokemon TCG. They don't care to play the Pokemon TCG.
The art's cute.
They're there for and Pokemon is their childhood, right?
Yeah.
So they are.
That's me.
I'm just collecting cards to collect cards because I think Pokemon's.
That's me with Magic, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people, but I think Magic has a far smaller demo of people who just collect Magic cards to collect the cards than Pokemon does. There you go. Ash is leaving. Ash is gone.
Bye, Ash. It was a good run.
He wandered off into the sunset.
Oh, it says here on the internet that you haven't liked or subscribed or hit the notification bell. And that if you don't, the IRS is going to punch you in the dink.